Hello, everyone. Welcome to this mini course. I am so excited for you to be here, and we're going to get straight into it. So, what I'm going to talk about here is how to break free from the doubt, the overwhelm, and the confusion of using your VA loan to buy a home or just a property that you want to start investing into. And if you're here, it's because you want to build that generational wealth. And the cool thing is that you can do it without the crazy cash up front like a lot of people do. If you're here, it's probably because you are somewhat, if not fully, stuck in the loop. And the loop of scrolling through Zillow, looking at endless listings. You're unsure what you can actually afford because maybe you have the Credit Karma calculator or like your bank through Navy Federal or something else, and it just gives you a rough estimate, but it doesn't really give you the exact numbers. And you're trying to decipher the fine print of the benefits. So basically, there's so many things that are required for you to use your VA loan, but it's not very clear and concise. You have to call someone or talk to an expert to really get these details. So you're kind of just like wondering, like, okay, like is this enough or is this a requirement? What's the deal here? And with all that, you may be stuck in the maze of all the what ifs and all the should I's because the time in the market, because of the interest rates, because of the requirements, because of your debt, your income, all the things, and you kind of get excited to do it, but then something stops you. And one day you're feeling hopeful, and the next you're feeling like you're drowning in stress. And maybe you're not drowning in stress, but you're kind of worried, concerned, maybe unsure, second guessing every decision, whether you should move forward and even call a realtor. Because you know, when you call a realtor, they're going to want to sell you and just start showing you homes. But at the end of the day, you end up missing out on all the crucial benefits that could save you the time and the money by using your VA loan. So I know you want one, financial stability and freedom. Whether you're out of debt or you want to get out of debt, you want to gain control of your finances and start building that generational wealth. Two, you want to use your VA loan and you want to start investing in real estate, whether it's a one, like just one home for your family to pass down through your kids and everything, or you actually want to buy more property every year and build your portfolio and keep investing by using your VA loan. And number three, you want the clarity and the confidence, not only in yourself, but in the people that you're working with and the entire process. So you want a stress-free, straightforward experience using your entitlement effectively for property investments. And three, you want clarity and confidence. You want a stress-free and straightforward experience, just like give me the things, tell me what I need to know, and let's move forward, right? That's probably what you're thinking because that's probably what most veterans are thinking based on their mentality. And you want to make sure that you're using your entitlement effectively for the proper investments, right? Now, going back, you might be uncertain, you might be doubtful, you might be unsure if you even qualify or where to start. You might be overwhelmed with the requirements, the affordability of the housing market right now, not only nationwide, but specifically in your city or town. Two, fear of the unknown. Navigating the housing market has its challenges, especially if you're not actively looking for a home or have bought a home in the past. And loans could be confusing. There are so many programs, so many loans, so many variables that determine what you get approved for and all those things. And that can make you uncertain about your choices, right? The third thing, maybe if you didn't have that, it might be adding to that anxiety or the overwhelm. And honestly, the process can feel overwhelming with the paperwork, with the unfamiliar terms, and the tough decisions. That creates the uncertainty and it really dampens your excitement. It's like you get excited and then you feel there's so many things to do and figure out and learn, and you're like, screw that, right? And I know that you may be thinking, would I even qualify? And what if I make the wrong choice, right? I talk from experience because for so long I wanted to buy a home, I wanted to get into real estate, and I always thought to myself, like, what if I didn't even qualify? Like, what's the point? I even went to a realtor and he did a whole game plan. And it was like, oh, it's going to take a whole year for me to buy this. And I got so discouraged because it was just about numbers, numbers, numbers. But it's not about qualifying. It's about creating your game plan specific to you and being so sure that you're not going to make the wrong choice because you're going to be well informed, very confident in the process, the experts, and yourself in your ability to make those decisions because you have the facts, you have the education, and you have your goals. So let's go a little deeper here. I know you probably tried a few things already, like we mentioned earlier. One, researching online. Maybe you search for info about the VA loans, whether it was on the VA benefits website or all the other websites that you can find online. And you may be trying to understand your eligibility. Maybe you have a certain scenario where you didn't serve the full 4 years. Maybe you're retired, but there are all these things about the benefits and the application process, and at the end, they end up leaving you with more questions than answers, really. Number two, you might be talking to friends or family that have gone through the process, but at the end of the day, you get conflicting advice and information, and what may have worked for one person may not work for you because maybe that was 10 years ago, 5 years ago, when the market was in a different state. Maybe they were PCS into a different location, going from overseas to Virginia, or maybe they moved to San Diego, but you're in San Antonio or Corpus Christi, who knows? Now, the third thing, you might have tried hiring help, whether talking to a realtor or talking to a big bank like Navy Federal or USAA. Even though Navy Federal is a credit union, they're still a big bank, right? So I don't know what your experience was. Maybe it was good, but maybe it wasn't. I know a lot of people that talk to a realtor and it's very salesy. Not everyone, again, but for the most part, they're trying to make business, and they do provide a service, which I highly recommend working with a trusted realtor. But you want to make sure that you're working with someone that you trust, that understands your goals, and that understands your specific scenario as well. Now, for big banks, the lenders are on a salary, not on commission. They might have a combined salary and commission pay structure, but for the most part, it's salary. If you get approved or don't get approved, they don't really care at the end of the day because they're still going to get a paycheck and more leads are going to come in, right? And they work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. If you need something on the weekend or a pre-approval on the weekend, they're not going to be answering your phone because they're enjoying their weekends, right? And at the end of the day, you're unsure if your questions weren't fully answered, or maybe you were completely rejected because you didn't meet the specific and perfect financial criteria for them to just give you a pre approval. So, who am I? My name is Sofia Salas. I was in the Navy for about 6 to 7 years. It was like 6 and 9 months. Every month counts, right? And I was an MA. I went to Bahrain for 3 years, and then I went to San Diego with the Navy SEAL Schoolhouse. I was there for 3 years as well. And then I got out. I got out in 2019 and I went into real estate. I became a realtor. I was a realtor for a little while, and I was in Virginia at the time. But then I came back to Texas, where I'm from South Texas, and I'm in Austin right now. And I became an operations manager in a residential investment firm where I was managing fix and flips and investments for the company that I was working with. We did fix and flips in Houston, San Antonio, Austin, all the way up to Killeen area. But from there, I was like, you know what, I'm good. I've learned back in business. I need to go into my own thing. And I stepped into being a mortgage advisor, mortgage lender. So this is why I'm here. And I'm here also because I know how confusing it can be and how overwhelming it can be. And honestly, we weren't taught any of these things. People always tell us you can get a loan with no down payment, but they don't really explain a lot of the other things. And one of the biggest things is the financial aspect. So that's why I'm here. This is who I am. And let's continue on because it's not about me. But I do want to share this as well. I am a firm believer that you do have the power to transform your life and future generations. One, by taking control of your finances, and two, by investing in real estate. And I believe in giving back and making an impact in the world, striving to reach your ever growing potential, and experiencing life to the fullest. And honestly, investing is one of the ways that can help us get there. There are many ways, but if you're here, I think we're on the same wavelength, right? I do want to let you know that at the end of this, there is going to be an opportunity for you to book a call with me to speak specifically with me. And when you do book your call, I'm going to send you some bonus resources, which is the Home Buyers Toolkit. And I'm still adding more information, more resources to this kit. But to start out, we're going to have the buying process checklist. It's going to walk you through the entire process of beginning to end of what it's like to buy a home. And no, it's not just like a 5-10 step process, like those generic guides that you can find online. You can probably just Google one. But this is going to go into details and really guide you into what you need to do, what you need to get together so you can actually get a pre-approval and all the things. And then second, you're going to have a debt to income calculator. And basically, it's going to do the whole math for you. All you got to do is input some numbers of your payments, and you can track it from January to December, so that if you're not ready right now, you can play around with the numbers. Like let's say if you pay off this thing or pay off that credit card or whatever, your debt to income ratio changes, and you can see these different scenarios as time progresses. So that's a heads up. Now, here's what most veterans are doing wrong. One, they're guessing what they can afford because they don't have control of their finances. Unless you're looking at the numbers and you know exactly what to look for, you're not really going to know if you can afford a home. Two, clarity. There's no goals, there's no game plan for the future. It's kind of just like, well, yeah, I can buy a home for this and that's it. No, I'm talking about like clear goals, by whens, how much, what's the next step, even if it's just one home that you want to buy to pass to your kids, or multiple properties throughout the years. Number three, they're focusing solely on the purchase price without considering additional costs like closing fees and inspections that can lead to financial surprises. Let's be real here. Like we're very hopeful. We want it to be the least possible of amount needed. But a lot of people and guides and calculators out there will not really tell you all the little details that you have to know, because you want to be prepared. You don't want to have any mistakes in your financials, and you don't want any surprises, right? And the fourth one is misunderstanding or overlooking the advantages and eligibility of VA loans. I know of so many veterans out there that have not used their VA loans simply because they're misinformed. And that's not going to be you. It's definitely not going to be you. Now, you might still be feeling, and I'm going to get a little deep, a little raw here. I know you may not want to think about emotions, I didn't want to for a very long time, but I really want to touch into it because everything that we do or don't do in life is because of what we hold inside. And unless we look into it and we acknowledge and we move past that, we will never get past it and we'll stay stuck in the same place that we are. So let's talk a little bit about what you may be feeling. You might be thinking to yourself, I don't really have what it takes. I don't have the qualifications or the requirements to buy a home. I'm going to mess this up because I don't know what I'm doing. And maybe I'm not cut for this because I don't know, whatever your reasons may be. Because you weren't taught, because maybe your parents didn't buy a home, because you've tried to buy a home in the past before and it didn't work out too well. Maybe you missed an opportunity in the market. I don't know. But what I do know is that every successful leader started with doubt. Yet they overcame it by learning and adapting. And you bets you know how to adapt. So cut that out. And the second thing is feeling like you're not cut out is often a sign that you're stepping outside your comfort zone, which is where growth happens. And I'm not going to be here just talking to you like a lender. I'm talking to you here as a human, a person. Like I've gone through shit and I know you've gone through shit as well. And the truth is, when you went to bootcamp, when you went to your first due decision, when you took the test to go to the next rank, you were stepping outside your comfort zone and you took the leap because you had no other choice. So, what if you went through your life like you had no other choice but to push forward and figure it out? And yes, you might be feeling like you're not cut out for it, but again, it's only a sign that you're growing, that you're stepping outside your comfort zone. And just as much as you did that in the military, you get to do that in your own life. And the third thing, you face challenges way, way far greater than this and succeeded. And something that you can think to yourself is that I am resourceful and capable of navigating this process with the right support because you are not alone. You might still be thinking, I should know how to handle this, but I don't. Why does this feel so much harder than it should? I'm letting myself and or my family down, or there's just too much on my plate to even think about buying a home right now. The truth is, no one has all the answers all the time, and it's okay to lean on experts and ask for guidance. This is how you take control of the process and ensure your success. The greatest leaders, the greatest business owners, they are not those leaders and great business owners because they have all the answers. It's more that they know where to look and who to ask. They work with people, they work with experts. Think of Elon Musk. He doesn't do everything himself. He hires experts in their specific fields. And you get to take control of your life in the same way. You don't have to do it all on your own. The next thing is this decision is an investment in a better future for you and your family. And you're making thoughtful choices with their best interests in mind. You're not just reacting or making quick decisions. You're being thoughtful, you're analyzing data, and you're making good, thoughtful choices. The third thing is guilt just means you care and you're already doing more than most. That's it. It doesn't matter if you weren't taught, it doesn't matter what you feel, what you think of you not achieving your goals just yet. At the end of the day, you're probably still doing more than most people, more than you can even imagine. And you get to move forward. You get to give grace to yourself and give an opportunity to yourself to learn, to grow, and to make new choices. Now, you may be thinking, what if I never get this right? No one else gets what I'm going through. And if something goes wrong, I'll be completely alone in dealing with it. The truth is, you're not the first veteran that has felt this. Many veterans have faced and overcome these same struggles. There's a massive community out there and professionals who understand you and want to help you succeed. And a lot of these professionals, like myself, have been in your shoes. They are veterans as well. And you're not alone. You have a network of resources, not only from your community, your family, but the nation. It might not be the best thing ever, the government, but there are resources. And we are here to support you in every step of the way with the guidance and tools that you need to succeed. I want you to think about something real quick. What happens if you stay on this path? If you stay in that loop of getting excited, looking for listings on Zillow, and then maybe talking to a realtor, and then getting discouraged and all the things, and then you go at it again. Like, how much time is going to pass by when you're in that same loop over and over again? And what's going to happen if you stay on this path? Number one, financial instability. Without proactive financial management, you might face unexpected expenses or debt impacting your long term financial health. So, if you're not taking control of your finances and being proactive with it, at the end of the day, things are going to pop up, expenses are going to happen, and you're not going to be prepared. You might even go into retirement, or I don't know, maybe you get sick or something, and you're not going to be ready. You're not going to be in a healthy financial place because you didn't take control. Opportunities are going to slip away because delaying property purchases can lead to missed opportunities in favorable markets, potentially resulting in higher costs later. So think about the last time you thought of prior to COVID. You probably thought about it and you didn't, and then look at house prices now with interest rates that are higher, right? Number three, increased stress and anxiety. Now, all this nonsense may make you feel all stressed and anxious about your finances, about what you're going to do in the future, and about your overall well-being and decision making in your life. And the last thing, you may have limited future options. You might limit your future housing options and the ability to build equity. And I want you to imagine, close your eyes if you feel comfortable, but imagine waking up every morning in a home that's truly your own. And imagine waking up every morning confident and self assured that you're creating generational wealth. Maybe you have kids, maybe you don't have kids. Maybe you have a dog. I don't know. I have a dog. I don't have kids yet. But imagine waking up every morning knowing that you have control of your finances and that you are creating that wealth for generations to come. What would it look like if you could wake up like that every morning in your own home? And right now, you're probably wondering how in the world are you going to manage your finances, find the right property, and make the right decisions without feeling completely overwhelmed or making mistakes or missing out on opportunities? Well, let me tell you how. You need a framework, plain and simple. I'm going to give it to you straight. There are three key things you need to take control over your finances so that you can buy a home and continue building your portfolio. Number one is financial literacy and a control program. And the thing is, if you don't have this, you may struggle to qualify still. You're not going to have the requirements to be able to qualify for a loan. You're going to overextend yourself financially, and you're going to be unprepared for expenses, whether it's home, renting, emergencies, etc. And you're going to continue to miss opportunities. Now, the second thing that you need is a comprehensive VA loan education hub. Not only talking to an expert, but educating yourself. And I don't mean by using ChatGPT or looking into all these websites and YouTube videos online, but actually having facts and data that are the most up to date. And if you don't have this, you're gonna miss VA benefits. They might slip away. You might not even know because you're not aware. Like I said, many veterans don't even use their VA loan because they just didn't know certain things. Two, loan application delays. Without the full understanding, there are going to be mistakes and the applications are going to get delayed. You might fall for predatory lenders where they're keen to working with veterans because of the VA loan, but they're not really acting in their best interests. And increase financial stress because you could have saved money because you could have negotiated a certain thing into your loan or anything to make things better, and you didn't because you didn't have the education and the know-how. Number three is personalized and streamlined support. And what's going to happen if you don't have this specific personalized streamlined support is that there might be errors in paperwork because they're not going to know your specific situation. You might have misaligned loan choices. You might have missed deadlines because now you got to submit this document, or maybe you weren't approved for this because of whatever reason, and now things are getting delayed. And if the loan's getting delayed, you might even miss out on the property that you chose because whoever's selling it wants to sell it fast. And with all that, you might get unfavorable loan terms because, again, some lenders may not even know. They might not even be trying to screw you over, but they may just not know because they're not experts in VA loans. Maybe they haven't even used the VA loan themselves. So we're almost coming to an end here, and I want to leave you with this too, where the old way is relying on fragmented or outdated information to make decisions. The new way is leveraging comprehensive resources and tools to stay informed and confident. The old way, facing overwhelming stress due to lack of guidance or knowledge. The new way, reducing stress with step by step guidance and personalized support. That's like the key thing here, personalized support and step by step guidance. The old way, struggling with unclear financial plans, creating more confusion and setbacks. The new way, creating clear financial strategies using modern planning tools for better control. The old way, navigating the process alone without access to a supportive network, i.e., working with a federal or USAA or any other lenders like big banks. The new way, engaging with a supportive network of experts and peers to ensure success. People that know your market, people that have gone through what you've gone through, not just people that are making money selling you a VA loan. And by doing all these new things, you're going to avoid wasting time and energy. You're going to avoid expensive mistakes. That's a big one. You don't want expensive mistakes, unfulfilled dreams and regrets because you didn't buy, because you didn't get qualified, because you were waiting for the market, because etc. And you're going to avoid constant uncertainty and self doubt because you're going to be confident and clear in your decisions because you're going to be educated and ready. Instead, you're going to have financial security and control, a peace of mind because you got everything in order and you have the right tools to support to navigate decisively with clarity, alignment, and self assurance. The last one, you're going to enjoy consistent growth and seize those opportunities with confidence because you're going to have the tools, the know how, the people, the support, like literally everything that you need. And again, I want to help you. I want to help you with your financial independence because I wasn't born into money and I know what it's like to struggle. I mean, I joined the military too, right? I feel like everybody that joined the military was running away from something. And one of the things for me that I can relate to with a lot of people is wanting to have that financial independence. But then I realized that I was depending on the military, so I got out. Two, successful homeownership and investments. I truly believe that real estate is a great way to do that in a way that it's building that long term wealth. It is not a get rich quick thing. It definitely isn't. Everything is long term. It's about generations to come, right? It's about your retirement. So through successful homeownership and investments, I wholeheartedly believe that you can achieve that. Three, personal growth and confidence. And yeah, personal growth. I know like big banks are not talking to you about this personal growth, but this is one of your biggest purchases you're ever going to make in your whole life. And this requires courage. This requires commitment and all the things that it requires out of you. It's literally shaping you into the next level of you. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 18 years old when you joined the military, maybe a little after that, but whatever. You are a completely different person, and every stage in your life requires you to be a completely different person that believes in themselves and that takes committed action. And you get to do that. You get to do that for you and your family and for whoever else you want. And you get to create generational wealth. So, you are cordially invited to book a clarity call with me. Again, I'm Sophia Salas. And in this call, we're going to talk about where you're at, what your current situation is, and what your goals are. And then we're going to figure out what's the gap and how I can help you. Even if your goals are to just buy a home to pass down the line to your kids and and beyond, or if you actually want to continue buying property and keep investing using your VA loan and any other options that you may have, we're going to get on a call and I'm going to help you figure out that gap and that process that you get to take to make those goals a reality. And again, when you book the call, you're going to get the home buyer's toolkit, which right now is a buying process checklist, which is very detailed, and the debt to income calculator, which will give you a more sure sense of where you're standing right now and how far away you are from being able to qualify for a loan. And again, this home buyer's toolkit is invite only. I'm giving to you for free by just booking this call. This home buyer's toolkit will be on the market for like $27. So if you want to get it for free, just book the call and I'll send it over to you. Just don't ghost me on the call, okay? Really book the call if you're serious. If not, don't book the call. That's all I'm saying. But I'm here for you. This is the method, again, the 3-part method that will help you break through the fear, the confusion, and the doubt that's been holding you back so you can finally become a homeowner and start creating that generational wealth. So book the call. I'll talk to you soon and you'll get that toolkit soon as well. Take care.